Hello everyone, I'm Chef Joe. Welcome to another episode of Chef Joe's Kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you how to trim up this whole beef tenderloin. We're going to make some filet mignons out of it. We're going to make some a little bit of beef stroganoff stir-fry meat from the chain. And without further ado, let's carve up some beef. Okay, first thing we want to do is separate this chain. There's this part back here. It's called the chain. So I want to cut some of that. Okay, let's turn it around so you can see. Here we go. Now you can probably see better. But there's this piece of flap. You want to cut this connective tissue. I mean, you can pretty much just stick your finger in there and just kind of pull it apart. That's how soft and tender it is. And it seems like you're gonna cut a lot of meat out. There's a lot of meat in there, and I'm gonna show you what to do with that. We're gonna keep that. We're not throwing that away. And we're gonna just cut it down. Just follow the fat line. See, you can just, basically if you just kind of like push it with your knife, it'll just come apart. Not a big deal. I've been doing this for a long time. You can do it too. You're not gonna mess it up. Okay. There we go. And I'm gonna set this aside. There's a lot of meat in there. We're gonna use that up. Now, there's this other part back here that's connected. And you wanna also follow, we're gonna take this down. And it separated by this silver skin. And fat, there's a little piece of fat right there. Just cut that right straight down. Now it's kind of an expensive cut of meat, but you know what? It's worth it, totally worth it. Go to a restaurant, they're charging $50 a plate. For this, 45 to 50 bucks. And you're gonna do it for maybe $8 per portion. Like I said, it's a little pricey. It's a little bit more than the pork loin, a little bit more than the strip loin, but you know, you're gonna get some good meat out of this. Special occasion type stuff. So now, we're gonna cut this silver skin off. And you wanna cut it as close as you can to the meat without getting any of the meat off of there. See? Just poke the knife right straight in there. You I kind of like lift it up and just kind of guide your knife away from the meat and up towards the silver skin, and it'll just come right off like that. See? There it goes. And there's a piece that's got to go. Piece has to go. Adios, baby. Let's see, on a lot of this, you can just pull it right out. It's not a big deal. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. Got this little silvery skin. If you try to chew on that, you'll be chewing on it for like a week. Not very good. Okay, that part's looking pretty good. We got some more here. Then there's also this little part right here. You're going to want to trim this. And basically, you can see it just comes off very easily. You can just kind of skim your knife right along there. Oh, looks like there's a little meat here. I might want to try to pull something off of that. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, just go around here, take another look. Oh, there's a little bit here I want to get off. I missed that part. Right there. Let's take that down. And maybe get some stroganoff meat out of that. Okay, so what I want to do now, I'm going to square this up. Okay, so that means I'm going to cut just a little piece off of here. That's going towards stroganoff meat. And then I'm going to cut another piece off of here. And now we're all squared up. Now with the smaller ends, you can cut smaller pieces of filet mignon, what we call tournedos. So you can do that. So like you can go, say, one. Normally you serve two tournedos per person. There, so there's Tournedos, or you can use it for kids steaks too. If your kids want to have a smaller portion. So we'll do it again here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So these are smaller pieces of meat right there. Now you're going to have this center piece right here. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to set these aside. So, now you can cut a piece of roast off. If you're planning on making a beef Wellington, you can cut a piece off. Cut a nice piece of roast off about like that. That'll, or however many portions how many people you want to have. You're going to slice, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say for 6 people, then that's what you would do. You can also do on this side if you want, but basically we're just going to make steaks out of this. And at this point, you can cut your steaks as large or small as you want. Normally, for our family, we do like 6-ounce portions because we normally serve like a lobster with it, or we serve like garlic butter prawns, something like that. So I don't need an 8-ounce or a 10-ounce portion of filet mignon. So our portions tend to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to use my other knife. I'm going to use this knife. 1. These are called petite fillets. And they cook fast, so you gotta watch out. We cut over here too. Did you want me to say something for beef Wellington, Ange? Yeah, okay. The wife wants beef Wellington, so what the wife wants, the wife gets. Happy wife, happy life is what I say. Okay, so we're gonna cut a piece about like that. Yeah, there we go. All right, there's gonna be our beef Wellington right there. Now let's continue with our filet mignon. Just cut straight down. Look at this meat. Look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, like I said, yeah, you know what? You can do a monster if you want. You can do a monster fillet. We don't do that. We serve prawns and lobster or crab meat with that. So that's plenty of steak for us, especially the kids. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue here. I could probably get 3 more out of this. Look at this. Look at these steaks. Now I'm just going to portion them up like 1, 2, 3, 4. The kids will probably get half of one. They can share one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kids can again get a half. Then I have a couple of smaller ones here. You can cut in half. There's a Tournado right there. There's a Tournedos. Okay, and we'll do something with those. We're going to make those a kid steak too. So now, you're going to take this piece, and we're going to trim some of this off. Go. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. It's looking pretty good. If you want to save any of these scraps for like if you want to grind your own hamburger meat, that's fine. You can put it in your hamburger. It's good fat right here for hamburger meat. Okay, so now, again, I'm going to trim this up a little bit, cut that piece off. That's one stroganoff. I have another little piece I want to trim up right there. And you can actually get more steaks out of this. So another Tournado maybe here. 1, 2, and then I have a couple of nice pieces of filet right here. 1, 2. There we go. I'll add to this. These will be like petites right there. Put this with the Tournedos. Okay. Now let's get back to this part, or this chain part. First, I'm gonna cut it in half to make it a little bit more manageable. See, look at that. There's meat right in the middle of this, right in the middle of that chain. We're gonna take that out. You can use that for beef stroganoff or beef tips or whatever. So I'm gonna get as much of this fat off as I possibly can without taking out too much meat. Now this part right here, this is the trickiest part. This is easy. Cutting steaks, that's the easy part. This is a little bit more tricky. Don't throw it away. You know, take the time. I mean, you paid for it. You take the time and actually cut some of the meat out of it. And a lot of times, you can just pull this right off. Pull the fat. The fat will come up. Look. You can just pull it off. Not a big deal. It's not like it's super difficult. You just gotta make sure you watch your fingers. And have a very, very sharp knife. That counts too. Maybe I'll do a video on knife sharpening at some point. Okay, there's a piece right here that I want to get out. A little bit of silver skin there. All right, that looks pretty good. So we're gonna, just carve it up. Most of this is gonna melt away. Whatever fat that you have left in there, when you make your beef stroganoff, that's just gonna melt away anyway. You can make a little pepper steak with bell peppers and onions. You can make, like I said, stroganoff. You can make whatever. Stir fry. It's good for stir fry. So that's all good meat right there. Let's take this other part. That one has a lot of fat in it right there. So I'm gonna cut this and make it a little bit more manageable for me. See how it just pulls away? Most of it just pulls right away. And that's that silver skin right there. And that's quite a bit of meat right there. Set. It goes down to here. That's all fat right there. You can just get rid of that piece. Oh, there's a little silvery skin there. I don't want that. That'll work. Pretty good. Just this little tiny. All right, cut this up. These. there you go. Remove this. Put this up here for you. Now see, most of this was from the chain. Okay. Sometimes you go to a restaurant and they'll just take the filet mignon or the tenderloin and they'll just cut it right down. They'll cut right through the chain. They'll serve you the chain and everything. That don't fly with me, man. You gotta make a nice steak and serve a nice steak. That's what you want, the filet mignon right there. Maybe some Tournedos, a little beef Wellington or a little roast. And then you have your beef stroganoff meat right there from the chain and from the tips. And we cut the tips off. So, let's see. How many meals we have out of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 meals right there. Or 7 if you want to combine all this steak and make like a big beef stroganoff or something like that. But it's a lot more economical than going and buying little tiny pieces of. You get a filet mignon. You go to the store, you get little filet mignons like that, and they mostly have the fat and mostly has the chain on it, and it costs you like half the price of a whole tenderloin. It'll cost you like 45 bucks. That's crazy. If you want a nice beef tenderloin and filet mignon, get the whole tenderloin, carve it up. I just showed you how to do it. You can save some money and you can feed your family nice beef for a fraction of the cost. So, if you like this video, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and visit my website at www.chefjoeskitchen.org for more videos and recipes. And remember, food tastes best when it's simple and fresh and trimmed up yourself. Bye, see you later.